Welcome back to the Island of the Arts. I'm Oliver Luke Deloria, and in this episode, we'll learn how art contributes to the health and well-being of a community. Let's go.
There's a light in the dark, shining bright on the Isle of the Arts. An open mind, an open heart, let love rule on the Isle of the Arts. Tap into your creative spark, express yourself on the Isle of the Arts. Laugh and play, that's a start. Welcome to the Island of the Arts.
It plays such a huge role between artisans to be connected and to exchange ideas and get inspired, and also with the customers and the public to get that feedback and the energy and the feel, and when people comment and say something about your work, I mean, it's just a feedback, and in my case it feeds my soul when somebody comments on my bags and says something really nice. It's just, I love it. It does make the world a better place because everybody benefits from it, right? Everybody benefits from art and creativity. It just lifts the whole community up, in my opinion.
So the role of art in society is, I still think, quite undervalued. But perhaps the pandemic has given us a bit of a paradigm shift in that, in people looking at what is good not only for the body. I think this, for me, is good for the body as well, but also good for the soul and one's mental health. Art has whether you are the artist or the viewer, I think art has a tremendous amount of value in supporting good mental health. And as far as how does that contribute to the community, people who feel good about themselves want to spend time with other people who feel good about themselves. And in particularly as we're emerging from the pandemic, we're having to relearn how to be social creatures, and art is a fantastic vehicle to ride, to take with you in your little red wagon as we learn to go back out into society with others, and share, this is what I've done, this is what I bought, oh, look what's on my wall. We through the last number of years have been, the last 20 years, have been learning more about the value of mental health, and I think that art as part of that equation is very important.
This island is magical when it comes to how things fit together. So for me personally, we have the kids, which is the school community, which is an amazing community. They have the common grounds there, which are gardening and community, that teaches the kids that, there's the farming here, and that's another community here where it relates to the kids and their farming and the kids in the school, and then the markets and stuff on the weekends during the summer, and everybody feeds everybody, and it's a community that way. And then with the arts, I mean, that's the island. Like, it's the Isle of the Arts. I mean, we are a part of something that people want to know more about. This little weird Gulf island that's just chock full of amazing artists and food farmers, and it's the triad of the school, the arts, and the farming here that they mend well together. Everybody helps everybody here on the island.
Oh, I think it plays a huge role. I see that now. I never really saw it before. I never really thought about it until I moved to Gabriola. And then I became a member of the Arts Council. And I remember when we were looking at places here, and we were talking to the realtor, and she asked what I did, and I said that I taught silversmithing and that I hoped to continue it when I was here. And I asked her what it was like here on the island in terms of the arts. Wow. I knew we were in the right place. So when I first moved here, they in our package, our welcome package, they put a $10 bill to join the Gabriola Arts Council. And so I did that right away. And it actually didn't mean a lot to me at the time because it just was being on a mailing list and hearing about things. And this is one person that has actually been quite instrumental, and she'll hate me saying this, but Alina was the program coordinator at the time. Along comes the summertime, and I hadn't done any, didn't get my jewelry out there. I hadn't really done any teaching. I was just kind of finding out about Gabriola, and she asked me if I was going to be in street art, and I had trouble with the concept. I had no idea what street art meant, and basically it was a street fair, and in conjunction with the theater festival. And I said, no, I hadn't planned on it. And she basically just gave me a kick in the butt and said, you've got 2 weeks, get on it. So I ordered a tent, I built displays. I already had a lot of jewelry made, but I made more. And it was because she pushed me and didn't give me the opportunity to say no. It just really started things for me on Gabriola. So that's part of what this community here is all about, and that's why I think the arts are so important here. It's just an integral part of the fabric of this island and what makes this place so special. And it's not just the people that come with art degrees or years and years of experience. It's people that come with nothing, and they're surrounded by it. And I think what happens is they become curious, and curiosity is just a wonderful motivator. And so they're curious about what would it be if I tried that. And there's this thing called the Isle of the Arts Festival, and it's an opportunity for everybody to get a taste of what a medium would be like, whether it's pottery, or I taught silversmithing a few times, or any number of things. So it brings people together, it creates community around it.
I was in grade 6, and I wanted to play the guitar when I was in grade 6, because that was the instrument of the day. And they had cellos to play, no guitars. And so the cello was the closest to a guitar, but the whole thing was provided. So I choose my cello in the band room, string breaks, I go to the band room and get a new string and put it on. The whole thing. You didn't pay even a yearly fee. It was just provided. The only thing that was not provided was private cello lessons, and that my parents had to pay for. And that informed my whole life. And had that moment not arisen because of somebody having the desire to put strings program in the school I attended, I wouldn't have. This wouldn't have happened. It's so deeply, deeply important in schools, and in terms of the community at large. Again, it's that connectivity. So I was blessed to play a live concert here in Gabriola at the Haven in December, this past December, and people are together. They're connected. They're brought together, and the same thing happens when you go see a movie. But it wasn't a movie. It was a member of their community, and they know that I knew really a lot of people. Actually, it's a funny thing. I did a gig on Bowen Island with a friend from Victoria, Oliver Swain, and we did this duo concert at this theater on Bowen. And I said to him at the end of the show, it was about, I can't remember how many people fit in that venue, 70, maybe something like that. And I said, I know the first and last names of everyone here except for 2. And he just goes, whoa, that's epic, right? And it was true, I did. I knew the community, they know me, and we're gathering together, celebrating art. We're it's connection.
Well, especially here on Gabriola, the community is art, and its health and well-being is vital. It's just such an intricate part. I think it's with anything, it's balance, right? So you need the commerce and you need the creativity. And I think on Gabriola, we've achieved that in many ways because we value art so much. Half of us are artists. You can't, turn around without running into another artist, regardless of their genre. And they're all are here, like everything is here. And world class, like we have the best here. And yeah, so it's finding that balance of that we can make a living at it and that we can, express ourselves. And I think it shows through in the kids that are here. In the Squared show, we always have a kids section, and they do amazing work. The kids section almost always sells out. And it's not just the grandparents that buy it. It's like people and Gabriolans, and I love Gabriolans. They go out of their way to support artists. And the kids, like people come sometimes to the show just to see the kids' work. And the kids' works are like amazing. And people buy it because they see the value in not just in the art that they're purchasing, but in supporting a child's creativity. And that's just the way we are here. I said in my press release that it is the patrons that make Gabriola as much an Isle of the Art as the artists, because we have so many people here that want to support that creativity, that want to see that balance out in the world, and are just awesome.
I like to think that my art is just a little spark. I like to think of it as joyful, and so I'm not making big statements and I'm not trying to shock the world. I'm trying to bring a little bit of, color and lightness to an otherwise, tough world. And that's how I look at it. But, I still get things from life as well. I mean, of course, my designs are all from life. You go out and you look and there it is. Art is life, and there's a history to it. So that in itself is like down through the years, all the people that are building on this, that's the culture, the life that's being built around things. Yeah, art is life, life is art. Yeah, I would say a lot of artists here on the island say life is art instead of art is life. That's their breathing it, they're living it,
For me, art requires an intention behind it. So we can have art that is beautiful and that is harmonizing and that you want to put in your living room, but we can also have a performance artist who is somehow speaking against the mining industry somewhere, right? And so that for me is art as well. Maybe you don't want to hear it, maybe you don't want to look at it, but it's still causing a change outside of us. So I feel that an artist ultimately is somebody who is here to reflect back their culture, the society, or the internal processes of what's going on into a tangible form, which is kind of like a microcosm of the macrocosm.
In the next episode, we'll learn what success looks like at various stages in a creative career. I'll see you here next time on the Island of the Arts.